When you're on national television, when you're a coach that represents your country, that represents wrestling in your country, that represents wrestling on national television, you should be held to an extremely high standard, and you cannot do what you basically did today. It's AK Sports TV, and today we're going to be talking about the top headlines of the day. So we went to ESPN.com to look for the top headlines, and there's a couple of them that I really want to discuss with all of you today. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, first of all, the United States men's national basketball team defeated Serbia 96-66 to obtain a gold medal at Rio 2016. My takeaway from this, it's nothing really, the United States were gonna win. No one thought that the United States were gonna lose at any point. Basketball in the Olympics for the United States is pretty much just a way for players like Melo, who by the way just retired from the national team, and DeAndre Jordan, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, just a way for such players who can't get a ring in the NBA to get a taste of what it feels like to win. And that's pretty much all it boils down to. Oh, and by the way, about Melo, I mentioned that he retired. How does Melo expect to be trusted by the Knicks fans after a couple of weeks ago he says, "At the end of the day, my career is going to be a success because I'll keep on playing for the US national team, I'll win gold medals and FIBA World Cups, and it doesn't matter if I don't get an NBA ring." Now Melo retires! What's this guy doing, honestly? Alright guys, now we're going to move on to the NFL. So in the NFL you had 4 categories when it came to injuries before. You got probable, you got doubtful, you got questionable, and you got out. Now, there's no more probable. That's pretty much all the news says. But there's bigger implications behind this, because 95% of players that were listed as probable before actually ended up playing. It means that you're, probably injured, pretty much. It says it in the name. So if you're probably injured, why is there a 95% chance that you're gonna play? That just is mind-boggling to me, and it's terrible for player safety. But now that label of probable is removed, and now we only have doubtful, questionable, and out, I think it's a great step for player safety in the NFL. Thumbs up to Roger Goodell and the NFL, they nailed it on this one. Hey, so we go from the NFL to the college ranks, where Notre Dame has had a couple of their players arrested for speeding, for marijuana possession, some of them, and even gun possession. Coach Brian Kelly did not mess around. He suspended several players for some games, and he suspended 2 players indefinitely for the whole season. Actually, 1 player indefinitely for the whole season. The other one was dismissed from the team. Great job by Brian Kelly, and I'll tell you why in just a second. In fact, right now. If you're a star player, then prove to me that you're a star player. Prove to me by transferring to another school, transferring essentially to another team, making that team, and prove to me there that you've changed your ways and you've matured. College coaches from now on will start to be stricter and more disciplinary in their action so that players don't commit the same mistakes or similar mistakes in the future. Great job by Brian Kelly. Stuff like this from college coaches and the NCAA will and should happen in the future. So we touched on the Olympics earlier with the US men's national team for basketball. Now we're moving away from basketball, and we're also moving away from the United States. Wrestling, Mongolia versus Uzbekistan. 5 seconds are left in the match. Mongolia's up 7-6, and you're thinking they're gonna get the bronze medal and they're gonna win the match. Mongolian wrestler does the unimaginable and starts taunting the Uzbekistani wrestler. And from there, a taunting violation and a stalling violation forces the other team, or gives the other team an extra point. I think the player taunted just because he was excited and overwhelmed by the fact that he was about to get a bronze medal. Uzbekistan ended up winning 8-7. And after that, the Mongolian coach went absolutely crazy, ripped his shirt open, basically threw a tantrum on the wrestling mat. Classless as the taunting was, what the Mongolian coach did after the match was even worse. Now understand this frustration because you just lost when you probably should have won. Especially when Mongolia wants this medal so bad. It's really hard to take, but when you're on national television, when you're a coach that represents your country, that represents wrestling in your country, that represents wrestling on national television, you should be held to an extremely high standard, and you cannot do what you basically did today. These last two headlines are from the NFL. First one, Michael Bennett, another fight in practice. What is this guy going to be up to when it matters most? Right now in training camp and throughout the summer, he's gotten into fights. This time I believe one of the younger players on the team got in a fight with another teammate, and Michael Bennett wanted to stand up for him, and he triggered another fight. He didn't get dismissed from practice this time, but this raises the question, is Michael Bennett going to be the same this year? Is he going to commit penalties? Is he going to be out of character? Is he going to just be a walking social media attraction on the field? One of the most competitive guys in the league. But can he get it together? I don't know. Dion Lewis. I'm telling you. This guy, if he didn't tear his ACL back in November, he was a faster and more elusive version of Matt Forte. The way he could catch the ball out of the backfield, the way he could protect the quarterback in pass protection, and his just overall elusiveness and speed made him just a great player. But sadly, he tore his ACL. But then he recovered from it, and unfortunately, his knee is hurt again, and he's out indefinitely, probably for the whole season. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, he can come back. Patriots will be fine. Feel bad for Dion Lewis. Hope he gets better. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will be out with more content. Top headlines of the day. Every single day, I will give you my analysis and what I think. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. But for now, I'm out. Peace.